Welcome to the ChartMill Premarket watchlist video for Thursday, October 6. The markets have had a pretty good start of the week. The question is whether the rise can be maintained today and tomorrow, or if we get another turn by Friday night. So let's take a closer look at my predefined screens for possible long or short setups. Now, all info and setups shared in this video should not be considered as investment advice. These videos only show how I use this stock screener on a daily basis to find setups that fit my personal trading strategy. And the only purpose of this video is to highlight the many features ChartMill has to offer. So I skipped the European stocks because the markets are already open. And as always, let's begin with the various breakout screens, starting with the stocks that are trading above the 52-week highs. So breakout above the 52-week highs for the US stocks, and where the volume is 100% more than the previous volume. For the US, there are only two results, of which only the first one is interesting. VIST, a huge breakout, a wide range bullish bar with a close on the high of day and massive volume. So I'm going to add this one to my breakouts watch list. So breakouts above the 52-week high. And then let's have a look at the same screen for the Canadian market. Zero results. So then the 10-day breakouts, US. I've tweaked this filter. So in the previous version, also the breakouts above the 52-week high were visible in this breakout screen above the 10-day high, which is logical. But I've changed it, so I've used a custom filter that states that the high must be lower than the high of the last 52 weeks. And as a second filter, I have added a performance filter. So today's performance between 0 and 10%. So if there is a breakout where a stock has gained more than 10% in one day, it will not be visible in this screen. So for the US market, we have 12 results. And I've already checked these results, and there is only one which grabs my attention, and that is Wingstop. As you can see over here, I'm going to add this one to my breakouts 10-day, and I will come back to it later. And then let's do the same for the Canadian market. So the breakout above the 10-day high. 6 results, but none of which are interesting enough to me to withhold as a potential setup. Next, let's take a look at some of the specific retracement screens. And actually, there is only one result, more specifically for the US screen, that looks for stocks that are trading below the 20 moving average, but are still above the 50 moving average, and where the long-term trend is still bullish. So first, let me change the chart settings to the appropriate ones. So SMA 20 and SMA 50. Only one result, Power School, which I'm going to add to my watch list, Retracement 2050 screen. So moving on to my Retracement Force Index screen. Let me first change the chart settings. So Retracement Force Index chart settings. This screen uses the Force Index indicator to identify price retracements, and I'm using the force indicator 3 times, each time with a different time period, being the 100, 14 and 2 time period. And for the time periods 100 and 14, the indicator has to be green. And for the short term period, it must be about to turn green or just turned green. And this allows to find sometimes very good reversal patterns. For example, FNGD. There's a reversal spot on the SMA 20, and especially for DRV, a very nice reversal pattern. And as you notice, the Force Index 100 and Force Index 14 period both are green, and the Force Index 2 just turned green. Nice volume. and a very nice reversal pattern. The only thing I don't like about it is this candle. It's a doji candle, so with a rather huge upper tail, so there is definitely some selling pressure. So I won't be selecting this for my watch list. None of these are good enough to be selected as a potential setup. The Bollinger Band mean reversion bullish screen, just one result. So 2 days ago, price closed below the lower Bollinger Band, and yesterday price closed again above the lower Bollinger Band. Also a doji candle, so there is definitely some selling pressure. But if price can overcome the high of this last candle, there is definitely some room to the middle Bollinger Bands. So I will add this one to my mean reversion watch list. So we have a total of 4 potential bullish setups in case financial markets remain positive. Let's take a quick look at them one by one. Wingstop gained almost 7% on heavy volume and closed above its 10 and 20 daily moving average again. First resistance is now between 145 and 147. And a potential setup could be to go long if price breaks the current high of this last candle with a stop loss below the most recent swing low. However, that has a rather poor risk reward considering the small distance to the first resistance level. So this is rather a stock that could be of interest for those who are trading on the intraday timeframes once price breaks above that 140 level. Vista Oil, a clean and strong breakout with huge volume, very strong wide range bullish bar, but already a little bit too extended to my taste. It surged from 8.5 to 11.25 in less than 2 weeks, so I would not want to trade this right now. It would be much more interesting if, for example, price retraces to the breakout level on low volume. So we'll keep it on the watch list for now. Face. I've already mentioned that I'm not a big fan of this last candle due to the upper tail that is visible, but it has very nice volume and without a doubt a decent risk-reward setup if you enter just above the last candle and a first target at the middle Bollinger Band. The stop loss should then be just below the current low. And then finally, Power School Holdings as a retracement setup with an inside candle. A possible long setup would be to enter as soon as the price breaks the high of the previous candle. The downside is that the risk-reward ratio is only mediocre and if you have a defensive stop loss below this double bottom. This concludes this short video. Be sure to check out our trading ideas page where you can find a wide range of predefined long and short screens which can be used as a starting point to find decent trading setups that fit your personal trading strategy. New ideas are added on a regular basis and they can be filtered in several ways. Choose only long or short screens, technical or fundamental, and it's even possible to select the desired time frame and specific strategy. So thanks for watching and I'll see you next time.